4, 3, 2, 1. We're live from Sonoma. Hello, everybody. It's Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau doing a very special live stream. Today, we're joined by outgoing Mayor Logan. We're joined by Mayor Logan Harvey from Sonoma. Yeah, because you're still mayor.
Yeah, I am still mayor.
Yeah, and
I wasn't sure if you were going to say I was outgoing. I thought this was me being fired.
And speaking of which, it's Mark Bodenhamer's last live stream because, yeah, Mark, that's it. You're wearing the tuxedo. It's sort of like a Hunger Games thing. We're glad you joined us for hanging out with the mayor, Mark.
Yeah, no, it's a great day, and I apologize I didn't have time to change. This is just what I wore to work today, and I thought just roll in as I was, as you said, and so happy to be here.
I like how you really work from home. You haven't changed at all, Mark. That's
right. Great. Yeah. Well, so you got to dress well to get yourself in that mood.
You got to dress for the job you want,
Exactly.
That's right. And evidently his is being an announcer or letter opener like on the Academy Awards.
It's Blockbuster Video 1998 is the job that I really, really want.
Mark,
and hey, before we get started, it is a special day, and because it's a special occasion, we wanted to kick things off the right way. So we got a little bubbly here.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
We got a little cake.
Oh, because it's your birthday, Tim. So we got cake and champagne.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Tim, open up the box that Logan dropped off at your house.
Wait.
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure the box is coming to my house.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, I got the balloons.
I thought you were bringing. Oh man, this is awful.
Birthday to you, Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Birthday.
I swear to God. You're hijacking my life.
Happy birthday, dear Tim.
Oh my
Happy birthday to you. Now that you mention it, I think I left the box with the cake on the top of my car when I left your house today, Logan.
Oh no,
that's my bad. Tim, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Cake and champagne and
make a wish.
Birthday.
All right. So first of all, guys, so just to reiterate,
this really good cake too. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, guys! This is about the secrets of Sonoma. If people want
to, I wish that you had cake and champagne.
I gotta tell you, that's a good slice of cake too. We should see if it's still out on Napa Street and grab it. Tim, you can have it tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. If you're on Napa Street, just go out there and get the cake. I'm sure it'll be on next door any second now, asking about the cake or that dog or helicopters. So. Thank you guys. It is my birthday. Thank you. Not why we're here, but thank you, Jose, also for that. Just reminding people if they have questions, they can write them in the comments of the stream and we will talk about it. We'll ask questions. I swear to God, you guys are the worst. Okay, so let me go quick recap on who we're with. I love that you're just like
pull it together, Tim.
I know. We're with Logan Harvey, Mayor of Sonoma, outgoing Mayor of Sonoma eventually, and we're going to hear more about the secrets of Sonoma and all sorts of stuff like that. We've got Mark with the Chamber of Commerce, who is classy and is wearing his normal PJs. So, Mark, thank you very much. You're great. You're great.
Mark's the CEO of the Chamber, and as a CEO, once it's past 5, you must be in a tux.
Yeah, hey, we're doing important things down here.
I love that because all the restaurants close by 6, so that's fantastic. So do what you can. Again, everybody, this is live on Facebook and also YouTube. You can comment what you want. Logan, you're drinking. Mark, you're drinking. I'm going to have, thank you for the happy birthday card. I love that, for the balloon.
Oh, there we go. El Valiente.
I'm having some El Valiente from Sonoma Springs, one of our local breweries. And I love this. This is great. Okay, Logan. Yep. Logan, you're gonna go up and work for Costco, right? Is that the plan?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go to Costco probably for my bulk purchases, but I'm gonna be working for Ecology King County. So I'm gonna be the waste hero manager up there, managing 10 different cities and making sure that we divert as much waste from landfill as possible.
Okay.
So, for us and for our family, and very excited. But sad to leave Sonoma.
We are sad that we're not losing you. We're just gaining a friend that runs all the garbage up in, was it King County? Is that what you said?
Right.
Yeah.
And, when I come back and visit, you can, tour me on the new wineries that have shown up. And when you come and visit me, I can show you our recycling plant. So fair trade.
Sounds good.
Mark, Logan has a career in tourism marketing, definitely. He's like, come see where your food container was yesterday.
That's right. See where your wine bottles go.
I like that. And probably the only plus on that, Logan, is that you're not going to work for the wastewater treatment plant, which is also a great tour, but maybe not as appetizing, perhaps. All right. Well, we're going to talk about a few things about here because, Logan, you grew up in Sonoma. Is that correct?
I did, yeah. My wife and I both grew up here, and yeah.
Wait, did you guys go to school together?
No, we didn't. She didn't go to the high school.
Got it. Okay.
She went to a different school.
My
children goes to a different school.
But little known fact, Lily dropped out in 7th grade, and
Lily might have been
to scoop her up. My wife has graduated college. I need that on the record.
She was the smart one. Right. So Logan, here's my question. You went to Sonoma Valley High School. You're a Dragon. Go Dragons. Can you tell us anything that when you were in high school, what were some of your favorite places to go in Sonoma Valley? Like, what did you do?
We would ride bikes. I got into longboarding, so I used to longboard down 2nd Street quite often to the chagrin and annoyance of the neighbors. But it was a blast to do that. Big things for our high school kids: the Overlook Trail and sections beyond. There's a lot of wonderful hiking. Exactly. There's a lot of wonderful hiking through there. And it's just an absolutely beautiful spot to go. The plaza, always a favorite for kids around here in Sonoma. And I think it's a great place to relax and hang out. I was a Boys and Girls Club kid, so all through school, I was at the Boys and Girls Club. I was their morning crew all the way through, so that's good. And now
you mentioned Broadway Market too. That was a frequent haunt of yours back in the day.
Well, I'll tell you what we used to do. The mission when you were in high school, you got an hour for lunch. The mission in high school was to get to Napa to go to In-N-Out and back within a 30-hour lunch.
That's aggressive.
So
30.
It's a mission and dangerous, but it was achievable, and you felt like a champion when you walked into English.
You would run out. Yeah, you'd run out of math class, get like hightail it to In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yeah. Okay. You had to leave quick.
So did you ever get caught? Like, were you allowed to do that, or was that not allowed?
We were allowed in junior and senior year. We were allowed to leave during lunch.
Okay.
So junior and seniors, and then I started having, because I was working during high school, I started having like work study classes that I could get out a little earlier.
Where'd you work?
I worked at Mary's Pizza on the plaza. My first job, I ref soccer. Then I worked for Gloria Ferrar, beautiful place. And then I worked for Mary's Pizza. I was one of their first employees on the plaza, which is another great place to go as a high school kid. High school kids always would come in, and there'd be like 12 of them on a large table. They'd get 1 or 2 orders of breadsticks and just soda, and tip me a solid 15 cents. And so I go kids every single day.
And those were your friends, weren't they? They were like the kids you knew from high school. Like, here you go, Harvey. Here's a dime. Nice work, kid.
But Mary's Pizza is a fantastic place for people to visit on the plaza. Really great family, local restaurant that has a bit of like a Sonoma County chain. They're in most of the cities here. All fresh food made in the back, fresh pizza dough, great salads, and just a really great deal. So if you're looking for a good lunch while you're out here, the Slice Shack, Mary's Pizza, it's a wonderful place.
It tastes exactly the same. I remember I grew up in Santa Rosa, and we had Mary's Pizza Shack out there, and so I left, moved down to Orange County for a while, and I came back, and Mary's Pizza tastes the same today as it did when I was a kid, and I love that. It's just so great that they're so consistent. It brings back so many memories. Just the smell alone is enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm back at Mary's.
And it's the same in a good way.
Logan, they're not going to have pizza in where you're going, Logan.
No, they don't.
No.
They only have salmon in Washington. That's all they have.
Straight up, they throw it, and you catch it, and just.
Yep.
Yeah. It's terrible. And also, they're going to have Dungeness crab up there too. That's it. It's all they have. And
they like cauliflower. They make salmon rice and salmon noodles and.
So on the food thing, I got a question. If you're on the plaza and you want to get tater tots, where do you go, Logan?
Tater tots.
Ooh, tater tots.
Come on, tater tots. People in the comments must know. I've got a secret.
All right, I'm excited to learn about this.
Yeah, seriously. If you need tater tots, and this is weird because not a lot of people often are walking along the plaza and like, I need tater tots, but I do. Steiner's has fantastic tater tots.
No kidding.
Yeah. So that's the place to go. I thought you would know that. I thought you guys were fellow.
My wife is yelling. She knew that they have tater tots at Steiner's. So
I already told you, Lily,
a tonic or a beer, but they have expanded their food menu, and I've had their chicken wings, and they're quite good.
Yeah,
they're good wings.
Yeah, that was the first place. So Steiner's was on the day that we finally got into I think it was the red tier when we finally got out of the purple tier. That day I went to Steiner's because the thing I missed a whole lot of things throughout COVID, but just having a beer inside a bar and watching a baseball game was like a magical thing that just got taken away. So that was the day that we could do that. We went down to Steiner's and it was incredible.
That's pretty good, Mark.
Speaking of baseball. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that we have a small baseball team here in Sonoma, the Sonoma Stompers. And they are a lot of fun to go see. It's it's not major league, but it's pretty cool to be able to sit right up on that first baseline, get a hot dog for only a couple bucks. And it's just a beautiful field, big, huge, gorgeous mountain or hillside right in the background.
Yep.
And if you're a baseball nut, get out there, check out the Stompers.
That's it is a secret thing because it is hidden behind the plaza. It's a lot of those players go on to they make it to the bigs, so it's like real baseball.
Yep. These are professional baseball players. They know what they're doing out there.
It's real baseball, but for a much discounted price.
Yeah. Logan, did you play Little League in Sonoma?
No, I was a basketball player.
You were? Okay.
Yes.
You were a basketball.
I was a basketballer. I was never great. I feel like it was because the coaches put me in as a center because once you hit 6'1", you get pigeonholed as a center, and I was more of a 3 guard. But that's okay. That's okay. But I was never great.
Okay.
But I was a basketballer. Baseball was not my sport.
Not your thing. Got it.
It's a great sport.
Mark did the pentathlon at Santa Rosa High. Yeah, he was pretty big on that. Yeah.
The rifle shooting and the sledding behind the horse were my two strongest competitions, but tried to go for all of it.
Yeah. Tim, you were ribbon gymnastics, correct?
I was pretty good at that.
Yeah.
You've seen my legs, so you know that they are just chiseled and carved. So I was really good at
you unwrap a present too.
That routine, Tim, the one you did to I Had the Time of My Life was just magical. It really, it's on YouTube. If you guys look it up, Tim's Honor dancing to Time of My Life. It's incredible. It's worth the watch.
I also want to put the final countdown was pretty good too. So that was
I can imagine.
One of my favorites. Logan,
Can we talk about some businesses or
here's what Logan's known for. Logan, like other famous mayors, you like to ride your bike everywhere.
Yes.
And I want to know about some of your favorite places to bike to. When you're on your bike and you're going somewhere, where do you go?
Awesome. There's some wonderful places to bike here too, from the plaza, from kind of the general area of Sonoma. I find the city to be fairly bikeable. You have a wonderful bike lane that runs the gamut in town. And so if you're looking for wineries and places to go, places to bike to, Sebastiani Winery is a fantastic winery to bike to. Really kind of like old school Sonoma. That really some of the people that built this town in a lot of ways. You have the Sebastiani Theater and the Sebastiani Winery. Going further than that, you can bike up to Bartholomew Park. Bartholomew Park is a fantastic hike. There's a huge lawn out there for a picnic, and they also have a winery there, Bartholomew Winery. You could go to Buena Vista Winery, the oldest winery here in Sonoma, and I think it's the first commercial winery in California. They just did a big redo by John Charles Boisset, and a lot of history out there. You had all those caves were dug by Chinese laborers. And it's where phylloxera really kind of first started, and it was started by the Hairsty family. And rumor has it that the Hairsty, who started it,
right,
he got eaten by crocodiles in Nicaragua. You'll learn that story if you go there.
Wait, but did you say that Buena Vista was the birthplace of phylloxera? Is that what you said?
No, well, it's kind of, they got wiped out by phylloxera.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, come see the birthplace of a pet.
It's a little bug that lives in the soil here in the United States, and it attacks the root systems of grapes, and it'll kill them. And so, in the first time, the beginning of winemaking, they brought all these European grapes out. So when you come and see grapevines here in Sonoma, the bottom, the root part, is all American roots, and then they're European tops. So they're grafted. They're two plants together. Okay. And so they used to be all European, and then phylloxera started eating them. At the same time, they were taking American rootstock to Europe, and the bug went with it, wiped out a huge percentage of the grapes out there as well. And so phylloxera is a big thing, and that's how the Heresy family, the guy who created it, I forget the name, I apologize. But he had this wonderful winery that was working really well, and then it all got wiped out, and then he went to Nicaragua and got eaten by a crocodile. Another place to go visit is
they also make really good wines that taste delicious, and great experience visiting there. It's not just bugs and getting eaten by crocodiles.
No, it's a wonderful place. I'm just trying to elucidate the history.
Right.
Totally.
Okay, no, I like that. And I just like this whole new campaign we're doing for Nicaragua. Like, go to Nicaragua and get eaten by a croc. That's
it's above the fold. That death is above the fold. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Gunlock Bunchu. Beautiful ride out there, and I highly recommend that you check out Gun Bun. Really, really great wine, made in a. It's interesting. They had a lot of history there too. Carneros was created, and had the region of Carneros went around the Bunchu property because they wanted to stay Sonoma coast. They do great Merlot. Their Merlot is one of my favorites out there. Their Gewürztraminer is fantastic. So a huge fan of Gunlock Bunchu or Gun Bun, and Jeff Bunchu and the Bunchu family are really, again, old school, hardcore Sonoma people that have been here forever, and just a wonderful family.
I like that you rattle that off. So you can ride your bike from, if you're in the Plaza area or Sonoma, and Sonoma's not a big city. Gun Bun, Sebastiani, Buena Vista, Don't Get Eaten by a Crocodile, and Bart Park, right?
Yeah.
So him all. Good.
Yep.
Logan, this is where shameless plug. You've worked for a couple wineries in Sonoma Valley.
Yes.
Which ones have you been worked for and then actually been allowed to revisit after you left?
I've actually had the opportunity to work for, so things that people may or may not know. There's kind of two different experiences that you can have out here. You can go out to an estate winery where it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a little bit more involved of a tour. And a tasting, and you really understand the winemaking process and all that. And so I worked for Repris, which is up in Moon Mountain District. Incredible vineyard, mountainside vineyard, really great cab, really great Merlot, Zinfandel, just fantastic wines that they do. Also Shiraz and things like that. They've got a cave system, and they make all the wine right there, all estate. Hanzel is another one that I got to work for. It's the only Pinot Noir and Chardonnay that's in the Moon Mountain District, as far as I really know. And they have the oldest Pinot Noir in the Western Hemisphere. And they do what's called biodynamic farming, where they have they're biological farming, I think they call it. They have sheep, chickens, geese, and a couple dogs and a bunch of pigs that are all out in the vineyard. So the pigs kind of till the vineyard for them. The sheep will go ahead and trim down the grasses. And then the chickens will take care of bugs. And they have baby doll sheep, so they're not tall enough to eat the grapevines. And so really wonderful, fantastic Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. They do have a cab now as well.
Wait. So that's two wineries you've worked at, right?
Yes.
Repris,
Hanzel. Yes. I worked at 4.
What else did you work at?
I worked at Donum, which is another Pinot Noir and Chardonnay house out in Carneros. All Pinot Noir Chardonnay, extremely high-end, fantastic stuff. And they have an art collection that, if you're an art lover, well worth it and to die for. And then on the plaza, I worked for Pangloss Cellars, which is in this beautiful old historic building. Great view of the plaza. It's really kind of changed the game, I think, on the plaza as far as what things can be.
So it sounds like to become mayor, you have to work at 4 different wineries, and then you're automatically mayor of Sonoma. Is that
That's
right,
the
Mark?
quickest path. But the nice thing was when Logan became mayor, we had started a tradition when Amy was mayor. We started an event called Meet the Mayor that we do in end of the year right after the mayor's named. And we were planning to rotate it through, but the first year we did it at Pangloss. And then when it was Logan's turn, when he became mayor when was that? End of 2018, early 2019, or maybe early 2020, before we knew the world was going to haywire. We got to do the Meet the Mayor event at Pangloss. I thought that was a really nice kind of local story, all coming together. Logan going back to where he had worked, and those are the things that make Sonoma such a special community.
Well, speaking of Mayor Harvey, you are leaving, but one of the critical parts of anyone talking to a mayor is people have to ask you questions like public comment during a meeting, a lot like Parks and Rec. We've got a question that came in about bike racks all around the plaza. Come on, Mayor. One last thing before you go. More bike racks. Logan, if you ask Mark and I, and it's just you and I and the two viewers listening, we can sneak out and put out a bunch of bike racks in the middle of the night on your last day. Like, no one has to know. We can just do it. Right?
I would love that. Yeah, I would love that. No, we have so there's one bike rack on the plaza that is only allegedly a bike rack.
It looks like an octopus.
It looks like a weird spider.
Yeah.
And it is certainly more form than function. The bike rack question has been brought up multiple times, and it's something I definitely wanted to work on as mayor.
Right.
But COVID derailed some of that work and philosophy. Right. One thing that's important, Martin, is that as a mayor, as powerful as I truly am, I'm actually a dictator, and it's really up to the whole of the council to make that a priority.
Right. But you would be more pro bike things on the plaza. Perhaps.
Absolutely.
And that's part of the plan that we're going to be working on soon. Some parking issues and things like that. One of the last things that Mayor Harvey is working on is putting together a new business subcommittee that's going to evaluate some parking changes. And one of the things we will be looking at is adding some more bike racks. So Martin, you might get your wish. It'll be after Mayor Harvey is up in the Northwest. But he's started the wheels turning on that. So the legacy continues.
All right, thank you, Martin or Martine, I guess, and it is true. That is just talk to you though that Sonoma Valley is a great cycling destination. There are some routes. You go down to like Sonoma Adventures; they have really good maps. You can rent a bike down there. Almost every hotel or lodging has bikes that you can use. And if you're not into cycling, Mark, have you been to Push Pock Motors over there?
I have, yeah.
Those cool little scooter things.
I'm very excited. I want to try one of those out one day. I've gotten to ride one time, but not throughout town. It was just in the parking lot at the Moose Lodge. Long story there, but they're a really fun ride. I mean, you pop that throttle in and you kind of take off pretty quick. That's a great deal.
It's basically
a fun way to get around town.
Tesla. Yeah, it really is. It's pretty
well, if we can segue into other tours, there's Segway tours as well.
Oh God, Segway! Stop.
Man,
stop. You know what?
When you make a pun that makes Tim Zonner get confused.
Yeah. I mean, that's so bad, and that's getting. Oh God, hold on here.
Oh boy.
Segway, yeah. Thanks, Logan. Thank you.
If you are looking to come out here for a number of days, looking into doing a private driver or something like that is a great way to see the wine country. You'll probably find some spots that you wouldn't have found on your own, and you're going to be drinking. So highly recommend that you consider that option. There are groups that will drive your car. A little bit more inexpensive, and there's all the way up to the limo and the rest of it. And really, if you want that kind of white glove service, that's a great way to do things for sure. So check out the wine. Well,
there's a new company. He's doing. You might have seen this going down Broadway. Sidecar tours.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So
yeah. I recommend less than 3 wineries max per day. Max.
Yeah, is that your plan? It's funny because some people say they can try to visit a lot of wineries. Like, no, it's a sit-down experience now, which has probably changed a little bit from back in the day when you were working at 25 tasting rooms, Logan.
I met people, they had a driver for a week, and they were going to do 4 wineries a day for 7 straight days.
Ooh.
It didn't work out. So you got to trim it back. There's lots of other wonderful things to do here other than drink wine. And
okay, let's bring that up. What are your favorite things to do that don't involve wine?
Should we talk food or activities?
Let's start with food.
All right. Logan, you got a couple ones you want to mention?
You could do a cheese making course. Shauna Davis is a fantastic cheese making course that you could do.
Epicurean connection.
Fantastic thing that you could do for sure. Of course, you can go eat food, and so there's wonderful places to eat here. Are we doing eating? Does that count as food?
Oh yeah.
I think Cafe La Haye. If you're looking for a high-end, wonderful experience, Cafe La Haye is one of my favorites for sure. I ignored it for far too long, but it's a wonderful restaurant to go to and really, really great food. If you're looking for something different, Tasca on the plaza, really kind of interesting Portuguese food, funky and fun. Another one, if you're looking for something a little more casual, but very good, Picasso's off the plaza, but a good local spot. If you want to check out, you want a really good burger, probably about my favorite burger that's in town. Those are a few spots. I know you got, Mark. What spots do you love?
You mentioned some of the ones that I love. Saul's always one. So with the chamber, we get these calls, and those are the ones we always try to point out, are the ones that are kind of small, locally owned, off the beaten path. They're not quite, everybody knows Girl in the Fig, fabulous food, and El Dorado Kitchen, just front and center, and just amazing stuff there. But love helping people unearth those ones like those guys. Della Santina's one that I think is just an amazing experience if you get to sit back on that back patio. El Molino Central, getting a little outside of city limits, but boy, those fish tacos out there in the springs are pretty incredible. And Sonoma Eats, so cool. And then another one, kind of on the flip side, if you want more of an upscale, a really, really nice dinner, Edge, the Stone Edge Farm dining facility that's just east of Della Santina's on Napa Street. They do the price fixed. This isn't the type of place you're going to get out of for $50 or so. It's an expensive one, but boy, it is a really unique experience. Larry, that runs the culinary program it's just.
Mark, this shouldn't be a problem for you. You're in a tuxedo.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to be on my way there in just a few minutes. That's how I spend most of my nights.
Just another Thursday for Mark.
Yep.
I think one of the wonderful things about Sonoma, because I know a lot of people travel and they come to different tourist destinations, and the food that's near the sites is always terrible. The food that's near, Notre Dame is like all bad.
Right.
Or you go to I'm sure Leaning Tower Pizza, it's like all bad near there. And you're always
Disneyland. Around Disneyland, it's like California Pizza Kitchen and TGI McFriday's, and here we have amazing things.
Yeah, and what's incredible about Sonoma is right around the plaza, there really isn't a bad restaurant. Everything around there is fantastic, and you really can't you can't miss one. So check them all out. And if you don't go to Sweet Scoops when you come to Sonoma, you messed up. That's just a fact.
So Sweet Scoops had a mashup, or as the kids call it, a collab with Harvey's Donuts. And
no way.
Fantastic. Yeah, they
haven't seen that one yet.
It was so good. It was so good. And I regret now saying that luckily we have 6 viewers, so it's cool, but they're really good. What about, speaking of which, places to eat that are affordable? Let's say you're just going for a quick affordable lunch or something like that. I got to give a shout out to Broadway Market. We kind of mentioned it. It's at the end of Broadway. It's where if you couldn't make the run to In-N-Out before civics class, Logan, you probably ran down there and got a sandwich. Right across from the lodge. That's a great
Red Grape's another one. It's a nice lunch spot. You go with a friend, get a pizza and split a pizza and a salad or something like that. That's a great deal.
Yep.
I gotta say, homegrown bagels. Yeah. Often duplicated, never replicated. Fantastic bagel shop. So good. You want a Lox bagel in the morning. Homegrown, homemade. They're a Sonoma institution. Local spot, and you can be in and out of there for less than $10. So.
And a good guy too. When we had the power outage, he was giving away bagels to everybody. He sent a giant bag of bagels and all the fixins to the city. Oh yeah.
We never have power outages.
Nothing ever happens Sonoma. Here. It's always pleasant. Everything's good. Just come anytime. Yeah.
No. I keep testing. I've gotten 4 slices of pizza for free over there because he keeps testing his new pizza and it hasn't been released. And I keep getting to try it. Oh, Sonoma Eats, Jose, I totally agree. Fantastic.
Right. Yep. Sonoma Eats is great. What I like about them, what do they call it? It was Mexican hummus, which was like made from seeds, like pumpkin seeds.
Pepitas?
Really good.
Oh, how about that? Hey, I have breaking news for the affordable lunch category. Sausage Emporium going to be opening up. We'll be doing a ribbon cutting in mid-June, so we will have an affordable option right there on the plaza. And I miss having them there when they were over at the Hare and Hatter down on El Paseo. So it's going to be great seeing them come back, and so that'll be happening in just a couple weeks here.
Mark, you have the tuxedo. Where are the enormous scissors? Do you have them?
Oh, they're at the chamber office. I didn't bring them with me. Usually I have them kind of just in my back pocket, but my tuxedo pants don't have a lot of extra room. They're definitely kind of the tight jeans of tuxedo pants.
You are. You never know when a business is going to open, Mark. So that's
yeah.
You should just always have those scissors and some ribbon ready. Logan, going on beyond restaurants, things to do. So we're doing on beyond wine. You mentioned riding your bike. You mentioned a little bit of hiking. Logan, how good are you at playing petanque or bocce? Do you ever go run with that crowd over there by Depot Park?
I've been known to throw a bocce ball. I've been
mean bocce ball.
I've never petanqued except for twice a day. But I definitely have thrown a mean bocce ball. So
Logan, let's talk about form. Are you an underhander or do you do the European style wrist flip?
It's situational. It's situational.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a tight, like I got to squeeze it. Then I'm rolling.
Got it.
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I want to get close, like initial first shots, I'll throw the back.
Do you ever knuckleball it, like just sort of like clunk, so it just sort of lands?
No one does that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. That's illegal.
Leave it to the pros, Tim. But the courts are a block away from the plaza, so great day right there. You could go to Ovello or one of the restaurants, grab some food to go. There's wineries right there. You can grab a bottle of wine. Little known fact, Sonoma, you can just pop corks anywhere. It's legal to have wine just in parks and things like that. That's a good day right there. Bring a little snack and some wine out, play some bocce ball. You can do a lot worse than that on a sunny afternoon.
And this is a good time, popping corks, popping bottles, popping bags. Another great thing, just to point out here while we're talking about Depot Park, a lot of times I see cars and they've been circling the plaza for like 4 or 5 years looking for parking. You can always get that left turn. You can always go right behind the plaza to the Casa Grande parking lot. Little known fact, and there's almost always parking there. Short walk into the plaza. Save yourself the time. Don't park right on the plaza. Park behind the plaza. It's going to work out. It's going to be nice.
It's easy. It's going to be
convenient. Free parking.
Amazing.
Actually, you have your chance. You got a couple more days here, so maybe we can just really quickly build that 7-story parking garage in the roundabout we've been talking about on Broadway. That might just solve all the problems.
Yeah.
The roundabout? No. I got an option. We were discussing before we got into this whole Broadway fiasco. They showed me the roundabout plans, and I was like, yeah, no, that will never.
The problem with the roundabout is it wasn't like a circle of like a cage of death thing. Remember the Barnum and Bailey circus with 2 motorcycles?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did you want like a loop-to-loop?
Yeah, like a loop-to-loop would be a little
3D roundabout.
Yes.
When I lived in Korea, they had these car parking things that were like a merry-go-round. You'd park your car, and then it would lift it up, and the next one. It was like a vending machine of cars, and that way.
That'd go over really well with the planning commission here.
He looked so good. Let me tell you.
Should we talk about some more things to do in town? Besides,
I think we should. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention SVMA, the Sonoma Valley Museum of Art. That's a fabulous. We are really, really fortunate to have an art museum of that caliber in a town of 10,000 people. We're probably the only town of 10,000 people that has a museum of this caliber. Great little gift shop. That's an awesome place to go if you've got someone's birthday or holidays or whatever coming up. And they have some great exhibits. There's a really fun travel exhibit right now. There was the rock and roll photography that was there kind of throughout some of the COVID times and some other really cool things. So that's a really great community asset.
Mark,
good one to.
And they currently have the exhibit in the plaza.
That's correct.
Called a Delicate Balance, and there's some really neat public art out there. We're encouraging people to go out there and take photos and put it on the old Instagram. Please do not climb on the sculptures, but they are really nifty. I know, Logan, people do it anyway. But
remember the deer? That was
Under the
I mean,
deer,
the deer, it wasn't even fair. You can say don't climb on the deer, but I kind of wanted to climb on the deer.
I did. Yeah.
They were just begging to be.
Climbed on those deer.
Yeah.
My favorite was the video of the sign, don't climb on the deer, don't climb on the art, within the background, all just like 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
Just cartwheeling and handstanding.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. It was good.
Those were cool.
Mark, other than not climbing on art, tell me what else.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of art, wanted to head a little bit further east, the Sonoma Community Center. Yeah. Really cool art programs, great things to do. They have a great little event spot there, the Secret Garden. I didn't know about that for the first couple of years I was working here, and then I go back for a little event we held, and boy, that's a magical little spot. They've got cool programming there. They've got classes for people in the community, art, ceramics and fiber arts and music classes and you name it. There's a bunch of cool stuff there, and currently housing the Sonoma Arts Live, which I think is getting back towards production time again, because they can. We've gotten far enough through COVID. We can start seeing some community theater. So really amazing stuff there. And that reminds me also of Sebastiani Theater, another great kind of local nonprofit theater operation that's showing off some cool arts and cultural programming that you're not going to find just everywhere.
Logan, did you go to Sebastiani Theater when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, I did their theater camp where we got to do trapeze and all types of stuff. It was super fun and just a wonderful thing for kids to do. And I love the Sebastiani Theater. They have fantastic popcorn, so that rates for me. And it's just a very old, it's a little bit of a throwback, and it's kept in great condition. And a beautiful theater to go to. They throw a lot of indie films, and John Lasseter, who lives in town, would host a lot of Pixar, premieres. Oh, really? Which was very cool. When I was a kid, there'd always be lights whenever a new Pixar movie was coming out.
Wow, very cool. I'm a big sucker for Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Mark, what else you got? Anything else? Is that it?
Well, I wanted to mention, I actually saw Logan out there about 48 hours ago. The Sonoma Plaza Farmers Market is back up and running again. Yes, and that is an amazing time. You really just can't describe it. You say farmers market, I think people are thinking like, you can pick up your produce and you can get a couple snacks and things like that. But boy, this is bigger than that. This is really a beautiful community gathering out there under the trees, taking over the entire plaza. I mean, there must have been a few thousand people out there on a Tuesday night, and it's a great way for the community to come together. And obviously, any of the visitors are welcome to come check it out. And June 15th will be, under the new state guidelines, we can open things up. So there'll be more food, more vendors and music, and we're going to blow it out, have a community ribbon cutting. And unfortunately, there will be a different mayor at the time to handle the big scissors, but Logan will be there in spirit. And
Mark, are you going to wrap ribbon around the entire plaza or something?
The entire. We've got 7,000 yards of red ribbon. We're going to tie the entire thing up. No, we are looking at getting some special extra big ribbon for this, because we have our standard ribbon, but we're thinking let's go slightly bigger. That's how we roll.
Mark's going to mail me a corn dog, because they are the greatest.
So, very good. We have a question.
And some sweet scoops. Put it on FedEx, and we'll see where it goes.
Mr. Mayor, we have a question. What will you miss the most besides the Chamber of Commerce? I think this person's a ringer. I don't know who this Carmen Buffington person is, but
the name sounds familiar, but I'm not placing it. So probably just an unbiased citizen.
Yeah.
People are going to tell me the thing I'll miss the most is the sun, since I'm moving to Seattle. So I think that's going to be part of it. Yeah. But I think the community, there's just so many wonderful people here, and everybody really gets along fairly well, and we all share wine and stories and banter, and so I'm going to miss a lot of that, just the town, and then just the beauty here. I've driven Highway 12 I don't know how many times the last little bit, because Kenwood is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's one of those places where, when you live here, you take it for granted, and every day you drive through it, and you're like, but I enjoy it every single time. When I've ridden my bike up Highway 12, it's one of those places, if I was in France, I would take a billion pictures of that scene. Just the wine and everything. It's second to none. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world here. And so that natural beauty, the hillside, Kenwood, Sonoma itself being surrounded by hills, it's really just, it's wondrous. And so I'm going to miss that. And I'm going to miss farmers market on the plaza. There's nothing like that. It really is such a community event, and you mix it up with all different types of people, and so that and 4th of July, which isn't really going to happen this year again. So I'll probably come back for next year's. I never got to be in the parade as mayor, and that's okay. But 4th of July is amazing. So a number of things. The most hard to say. My parents.
Right. You better mention them before they watch this. That'd be terrible. All right, so we've covered a few. We've covered places to eat. We've covered places to drink. We've covered places to hike. Right. We've covered places to hide from your parents, which was you said the Overlook Trail, or was that?
Yeah.
Is that what was that? Yeah.
Yep.
I think. Is there anything else we're forgetting? Or any other questions?
Well, we haven't really touched on Glen Ellen at all. Logan mentioned Kenwood, and so I think probably we should we'd take a little trip up and down the whole valley. So Kenwood, what do we got business wise? Salt and Stone. Have you guys been there to their little outdoor patio?
Yeah. That place is always hopping.
Yeah.
It's always busy, and they have a tent in the back. It looks like a circus tent. Like it's huge, and so they're crushing it up there.
Yeah. Magical spot.
If you're looking for an affordable spot to eat and you like beer, there's a great brew pub out there called Palooza.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that you should check that out. And there's a French bakery that's gotten very popular. What's the name of that place?
Les Pascals.
That's in Glen Ellen, yeah.
Yeah.
Glen Ellen Star. Glen Ellen Star, one of my favorite restaurants in Sonoma as well. You got to get out to Glen Ellen.
Totally.
It's a nice little hamlet, nice little community.
It's funny you mentioned Kenwood, though, because there is a place called Swedes Feeds there. It's on the right as you're heading north, and they have enormous dinosaurs, like enormous Tyrannosauruses and Brontosauruses. And all I wanted for my birthday was a Tyrannosaurus, but I never get one.
Yeah. Well, we'll try and.
My son's yelling that he got me a grill, so I appreciate the grill. But
it wasn't a T-Rex.
But it wasn't a dinosaur. Seriously, they're like 10-foot tall Tyrannosauruses, and I think that would look great in my living room, in my kitchen, and it's a really fun place to go explore. Right across the street from there's Muscatini Cellars, the
great spot.
Winery and tasting, but yeah.
And what's Tips? Is that the Tips Roadside? That's a great spot, and that's right on the way up to Sugarloaf, which is a really incredible spot.
Yeah.
It's not only is it just naturally beautiful, but I've been up there recently, and Sugarloaf, unfortunately, twice in the last 4 years has gotten a taste of the local fires. Oh, sorry, Tim.
Sugarloaf
had some,
has gone through a
natural challenges, but the main thing that I wanted to convey is the fact that it's coming back, and it really is amazing being there and seeing that nature rebounding and coming over and doing its thing, and it's really cool being there right now. Great hikes, great views. You can actually see if you go to the top of Bald Mountain, you can see the Sierra Nevada mountains off to the east on clear days. You can see snowy peaks from Sonoma, from Kenwood.
Okay. All right, I got a question.
What's that?
Best bottle of wine you've had from Sonoma Valley Winery.
Logan, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one sister.
You do? Which one does your mom love the most, Logan?
Well, she loves me.
The most, Logan. Because your sister, is she going to watch this? So here's it. Oh, my God. I get this question all the time. What's your favorite winery?
Just best bottle of wine. Not favorite winery. Your favorite bottle of wine. Most memorable bottle of wine. Single bottle.
Probably the next one.
Yeah. So, Logan, Tim and I make our money by not answering that question directly, but there are a lot of really amazing. I'll tell you some of the ones that I look forward to. Three Sticks Rosé. That's one that when they release that every year, it's the Castañadas. They're kind of I don't know what you would call it, a second label that they're making there. That one is when it's released, I'm waiting until I can get in there and get a bottle of that. Stone Edge is one that I mentioned before. They make a really amazing Cabernet. I think it's just a great bottle of wine there. And you know what I had last year that I never really tried a Grenache before, but it was International Grenache Day. And I saw Sam from Winery 16600. We should mention them as well, posting about it and said they had some. So I went and tried it, and it was chilled, which I wasn't expecting. But drinking a cold Grenache was really amazing last International Grenache Day. So those are three that jumped out, although I love each and every one of our wineries, especially those that are chamber members. All the same.
Very nice.
How about you, Logan? Do you have a favorite that sticks out?
One of my favorites, you already mentioned one of my favorites, which is that there's a 2014. It was 2014. They still make all their new wines are great too, but the 16600 Dos Limones Syrah, so good. Just lights out. Changed my mind about Syrah. Made me a lover of that grape. So that was a big one for me for sure. The Gaps Crown. Walt had a Gaps Crown a couple years ago. That was just lights out. That's one of my favorite vineyards, and so I
the Pinot.
There's a Pinot Noir from Gaps Crown, and I'd say the Pangloss Moon Mountain Cabernet is pretty fantastic.
I'll tell you, I'll sidetrack it a bit, but the other night you opened up a nice bottle of Repris, and first of all, boy, they're making some good wines up there for sure. But the point there was that was with a group of people that you care about, and that's what's cool about the wine industry. In one explanation, it's a bunch of booze, but on the other hand, it's something that you open up with your friends and with people that you care about. And that was a really memorable experience. A bottle that you'd had for a while, you'd cared for a while, and that's a big deal when you pop one of those corks on a bottle that you really care about. And so
at the farmers market on Tuesday, you did that?
Yeah. No, that was another deal, but
behind the 7-Eleven without me.
The dumpster that's behind there. Logan and I go back there and drink, and
we pop a very expensive wine over behind 7-Eleven.
They throw out so many of those hot dogs and like the little taco things that are shaped like hot dogs. You just bring a bottle of wine, go out to the back dumpster, and it's incredible.
It's a good time.
Talk about beats.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, it's been 45 minutes, and Logan, I know you got your U-Haul showing up, and you're heading north, and you got to get moving here. If there's anything you want to let us know, like just Mark and I, and nobody else can hear it right now. Right. Now's your chance to tell us. Like, I mean, it can be about other people in town, or it can be about something that, like, the biggest project that you want to sneak in that Mark and I can do in the last few minutes, or something like that. Is there anything? Or
just start a rumor. That would be a good way to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is your chance.
I think what's really exciting right now, I guess, on this kind of in this vein, is the pandemic was a really difficult time for the wine industry and for wine country and for all of our restaurants and all of our businesses. But it also forced us to be really creative. And the three of us worked together a lot this year and this last year. And it was really fantastic to get closer. And it's created a lot of opportunity to open up more parklets, to change the way that we formulate our plaza. And so that's the thing I'm really excited to see what happens with it. And I think it's a great reason to come down and support all these local businesses that are here. And we banned a long time in the city of Sonoma the formulary retail. So there's no chain stores on our plaza. It's all local stuff, all individually owned. And so, the pandemic brought everybody closer. We're open. We're ready for you to come visit. We'd love to see you. And I think you're going to see some interesting and exciting changes on the plaza over time. And so, sad I can't be a part of those changes, but I'll be watching from afar. And I just want to thank both you and Tim, Mark and Tim, for all the work that you've done and continue to do. And I love you both. And so I'm just really excited to see what happens next. And come visit us. It's a wonderful place to come see. It's a really authentic town. People truly live here, and it's you can't miss. Just go to any restaurant, go to any winery. You're going to have a great time.
Love it, Logan. That's fantastic. I don't think we can say much more than that. So we're gonna wish you luck. We're gonna hope you come back and visit, Logan. If things change and you want to know what's going on, you can always go to this website, sonomavalley.com. Lots of information there. If you're looking to start a business, of course, join the Chamber of Commerce. Mark is great to help you out there, but Logan, we're going to miss you, and we're so glad that you were able to be a part of this. And as soon as I hit end broadcast, you guys can hang on and really tell me what's going on, Logan. You can tell me the truth and what everyone want to say, and I'll tell you my favorite wines. But hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Mark, thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Happy birthday, Logan. Best wishes, man. We're gonna miss you.
You're the best, guys.
And to everybody watching, come check out Sonoma Valley.
All right, bye.
Bye.